morning. Good morning. So it's almost 9 a.m. It's Saturday. We're gonna start with the bike ride. Yeah, gonna be all nice and warm, and then it's weights. I switched my workout yesterday workout for today, and today I did yesterday. I did run yesterday. So let's start. Let's see what we can do. It's around 35 minutes. I believe it's a climb. It's a climb. It's a boy. We continue doing Switzerland series, Switzerland, France, a lot of the roads from Tour de France, which is pretty cool, to be honest, because when would they get the chance to ride same roads what they do for Tour de France? I mean, unless I physically go there, but I'm not. Even if I go there, I'm not gonna there cycle. It's awesome. Okay, Tommy Reeves, come on.
Welcome back, guys. Here we are again in the beautiful French Alps. We are on part 3 of our climb up
French Alps.
Yeah. We've already finished up part 1 and part 2. We're going to wrap this up, make it up to the summit. Just like all of our workouts, we're going to start out with an easy warm-up and then get going from there.
Yep. Warm-up, incline 5, resistance 8. Target RPM 70
minutes. Nice and slow. Just like before, guys, this doesn't change. Just get those legs flowing, get the blood pumping. Just let your body adjust to this new level of activity.
Incline 10, resistance 4.
Your body will regulate in ways that will make it so that this new level of activity feels easier as we get going in some ways. Of course, it'll feel more taxing in other ways. But if we ease into these things, these workouts will be something that we look forward to. It'll be something that's exhilarating rather than something that we absolutely dread. And that really is the idea behind all of this. Workout at an intensity in the beginning that is a gradual progression into this higher workload, and really just try to enjoy this whole process. So right now what we're going to do, nice and easy. We're not worried about cadence right now. It's just nice transition, just letting everything warm up. So you remember where we left off? Exact same place. This is part 3. We're going to finish up this iconic climb. This was, remember, stage 11 in this year's Tour de France. Categorized as HC, French acronym for Beyond Categorization, because this climb is so steep and so difficult. Right now we're working our way up through all these little ski resorts that they have on this side of the mountain. Car back. All right, so our intensity right now should be light. Light intensity, remember, is 4 out of 10 on our RPE, or rate of perceived exertion. That means also that our heart rate is less than 77% of our max. We're just cruising, just enjoying this. You should be able to have a conversation with a friend right now at this intensity. So if you're out on a group ride, riding with a buddy, it'd be really easy to have a conversation at this intensity. Believe it or not, most of the volume that professional endurance athletes put in is done at this intensity, a light intensity. Up to 80% of that volume, sometimes even higher.
Incline 5, resistance 8.
Heart rate less than 77%, with only 20% being in a zone of moderate or high intensity. And that's not because professional endurance athletes are lazy, it's because they're smart. All of the best research, the most recent research, suggests that being in a training program, engaged in a training program,
Incline 10, resistance 3. Still in the warm-up.
Volume is in that light intensity zone, and only 20% is in a moderate or high intensity zone, is the best way to get stronger, and faster, and fitter, and actually allow you to progress at a quicker rate than if you did your workouts, all of them just hammering day after day after day. You don't have to do that. You shouldn't do that. The whole point is just to put consistent work in, and that should be done the vast majority at a light intensity. That's why we're just crawling right now, literally just cruising up this hill, prepping our body, priming it, loading the gun, so to speak, so that when we get up a little higher, we'll be able to progress into higher intensity, and it's not such a jarring thing for our body. It feels natural, it feels exhilarating. Everything that we love about movement as human beings is part of our system, part of our nature. It's literally in our DNA to get up and move, empower ourselves through our limbs. Our back. Alright guys, we're going to go just a little bit more. How about right up there so we get to that red and black, red and white flag. So that's the flag of this region. Also, flag that we see in Switzerland right across the border. Guys, we got these big little cows up here. They've got these giant bells. You see this all over the Alps. So you can hear them. If the wind is calm and things are clear, you can hear them from miles away, just walking around up on those hillsides. If you're ever wondering where the cowbell came from, it's literally a bell for a cow. Alright guys. We're going to go for 10 seconds hard. So we're going to jump up out of the saddle in 3, 2,
Push, 10
1,
seconds.
and let's go. This is just to prime our bodies, get them ready for the work that we're going to put in. Woo, pump that blood.
Incline 10, resistance 6.
3, 2, 1, and relax.
Okay, relax.
Back down to recovery mode. Arm back. Let's just keep cruising, guys. Nice and easy. Still, we're not worried about cadence yet. Just nice and easy. We're going to do one more of those little 10-second bursts. Guys, if you find that, these first few workouts are too much, don't worry about it. Just keep at it. And I promise your bodies will make adaptive changes and get stronger and stronger. Nice and easy. We're going to roll through this corner. See if you can make out any of this graffiti that's here left over from the tour. We got names. We got French flags. Looks like Bardet, he's the one over and over and over that they're talking about. Solid rider. One of the favorites in any of these big races that you can get to. Alright. Keep moving. We're going to do another one of those 10-second surges. This time, we want to make sure our cadence stays right around 70. 10 more seconds. We're going to raise up the resistance and let's go. Out of the
10
tower,
seconds.
really push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Back down to recovery mode. Nice work, guys. Woo. All right. Okay, so right now we're going to be shooting for right around 70 for our cadence from here on out. Here's the caveat though, here's the exception. If things get so steep that you're unable to maintain that
Incline
70
5, resistance 9.
RPMs with your cadence, that's okay. The focus is not driven by the cadence right off. So sometimes you literally run out of gears on your bikes. You're riding with as little resistance as possible and your cadence is still below 70. And that's okay. What happens when we're riding at a slower cadence, although it's not ideal, it's not the most economical thing to do. When I say economical, in terms of being the most efficient for the work that we're putting out and the ground that we're covering, sometimes it's not the most economical. But if our goal is to put in work, and we're not thinking about necessarily trying to win a race up a mountain pass, we're still getting all of that work. So work is defined scientifically as energy directed toward an object with the intention of displacement. So the energy that we're putting forth is obviously the effort that's coming from our bodies. If we were to measure this scientifically using the scientific units, we would use watts. Watts measure the amount of energy.
Incline 8, resistance 7.
So it's our power. So when we're putting out that energy, that determines how much, essentially how much power we're generating or directing toward that object. The object is us. The displacement means that we're moving that object. So when we're moving that object up a mountain, this is multiplied exponentially because it's not just distance traveled by that object, it's also height that we gain within that object. And when we do that, the variable is squared. So that means that there's an exponential increase in the amount of work that we're putting forth for the ground that we're covering. That's why it is so effective to climb mountains for training. That's why it's so difficult to race up mountains. We're working not just to break the resistance of the wind, we're also working to fight against gravity and move this object ourselves, displace it, put it up on top of that mountain. So that's what we're doing throughout this series. Guys, we're going to slowly work up to where our cadence, like I said, we're shooting for right around 70. If we find that we're unable to maintain that, that's okay. The power that we're generating, the energy we're putting forth is going to work on our lower body as if we were in a weight room. So essentially what we have is resistance and time under tension. Our legs are being put through that tension for a long period of time, and that's how we work out these muscle groups, strengthen these joints, these bones, tendons, ligaments. We're going to go for around 70. We're going to bring that intensity up from just around 4 out of 10 in terms of our effort, our RPE, 77% of our heart rate. We're going to raise that up to 85% of our heart rate.
Incline 8, resistance 10.
Is the number 220 minus our age multiplied by 0.85. It's something that doesn't change unique to everyone. Obviously, it's not a perfect science. There are people who are
Incline
fitter,
10,
who are younger,
resistance
who are older.
9.
I saw this morning as we were climbing up, we went by a little shop, and there was a shop and it had lots of different newspaper articles from the tour that had come through this area, and other just news and athletics from the region. And there was on the front page a picture of a centurion, a 105-year-old man that was riding a bike. It was a French article, but it said 105 and still magnificent. And it had a picture of that guy riding through that little village. Okay, so I don't know if you just saw that, but we just passed some graffiti on the road. It said Sagan, Peter Sagan. It was written in green. That was a nod toward that green jersey, that same jersey that we're wearing right now. That prestigious honor for Peter Sagan, who I had throughout so much of the tour for being the best sprinter in the field, the best tactician. Keep your eyes out, guys. See if you can notice that stuff as we're climbing up. All of these are remnants from the tour. It happened literally just days ago. All right, so we should be settling in. 70% for that cadence is what we're shooting for. That optimal range is within 60 to 80. We're going to try to maintain that as best we can. On the flip side of that, when I said if this is too difficult, and just to stick with it, and just to trust the process, if you find that this is too easy,
Incline 7,
the
resistance
whole
10.
beauty of this program is that it's based around effort, and that's something that's unique to you. So when I say check your heart rate, you may find that your cadence rises up, and you're over that optimal range, but as long as you're getting in that heart rate, that effort, it's all good. You're still putting it in that same amount of work. So Paris is this way. It says Paris, obviously, the finish line of the Tour de France, that iconic final stage. The riders come in. It's etiquette among the tour. It's not a rule, it's just etiquette. To where whoever is in the yellow jersey at that time, he's winning in terms of the general category, the lowest accumulative time. Whoever's got the yellow jersey on the penultimate stage, the day before they come into Paris, that yellow jersey goes uncontested. So in terms of the GC, the race is essentially over before they get to Paris. Now, that means that whoever's in the yellow jersey at that time, leading the GC, he still has to make it to the finish line without his competitors, the others who are in it and close, finishing before him. But it's etiquette for those other riders, as long as he puts in an honest effort, to not contest him. So they're able to ride together with his team. He's got all of the other guys that have been working for him on his team.
Incline 10,
These
resistance
guys are
8.
known as domestiques. So that's a French word for servant. That basically means that they work for whoever the team, the manager, has determined is that team favorite. Everybody's working together so that he has an opportunity in this tour, or she has an opportunity in the races within professional female cycling to have the best chance to win that thing. All these domestiques working with this common goal selflessly for the chance to have that guy from their team, or that gal from their team, win the overall GC. So Paris, guys, it's this way. We're going to keep working in that direction. Whew. Again, guys, 85% of that max heart rate is what we're shooting for. Right around 70 for cadence.
Incline 7, resistance 10.
The rate of perceived exertion. Whew. All right, things are starting to warm up. Hopefully this has been a gradual transition. Your systems are pumping. You got all that blood flowing. You've got chemicals, feel-good chemicals, endorphins that are being produced from the feedback receptors in our bodies that say, hey, this workload is increasing. Let's enjoy this process. We've got endorphins, these hormones,
Incline 10, resistance 8.
epinephrine, norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine, all of these different neurotransmitters and feel-good chemicals are pumping through our bodies already. Will continue to work. They'll continue to flow. It is literally the same hormones and the same uptake receptors that are triggered when we take medications. You know, if you take medications for your emotional health, your mental health, it's the same hormones that we're trying to increase the production of and the circulation of that your body will try to naturally produce or try to naturally artificially prolong in your system through medication. So that's why physical activity has been proven to be mood enhancing. That's why when studies have been done, physical activity is just as effective or more effective, far back, in bringing about a sense of contentment, emotional stability, mental stability. Obviously, if that's something that you're struggling with, which is pretty normal, I've found, in the human condition, it's best to work with, consult whoever it is that's your medical professional. But you'll find in a lot of cases that our mood is improved, our sleep is improved, our general sense of contentment, our emotional stability, our mental health can often be improved from physical activity. All those good, feel-good hormones pumping through our systems. And it comes on gradually. People talk about a runner's high. You know, obviously this can happen at any type of endurance athletics. It happens in cycling, it happens in swimming, it happens in walking, it happens in any type of repetitive activity. What that is, in my experience, is just this falling in to this space where there's clarity, there's better perspective. All of these obstacles we experience in life, it's not like they disappear, not like they get smaller necessarily. It's just that our perspective changes so they don't become so insurmountable. For me, it's like, you know, if you've ever looked through a camera, you can angle yourself. If you're laying on the ground and you're looking at the Empire State Building, from that perspective, that thing looks insurmountable. Far up, it's so huge, it seems like it's impossible to conquer. But you change your perspective, you get in a building next to it. You climb up, you go to the top floor, and you look out at that building, and the height of the building hasn't changed. It's still just as tall as it was before. It's simply that our perception has changed. And for
We're
me,
still pushing.
physical activity, endurance athletics, it serves
Incline 10, resistance 8.
purpose. It
Target
has the
RPM
same effect.
70.
So my problems are still there. The issues that we face in life are still there. Relationships can still be a struggle. The things that we have to do to make a living can still be a struggle. Our perspective changes though, and we're able to see those obstacles in a new light, and we're able to tackle them day after day. Anyway, that's one of the things that I take away from these exhausting sometimes, but exhilarating components of this repetitive motion, enjoying this whole process and receiving that new perspective. Guys, let's keep climbing. Believe it or not, we're almost there. So we're going to do a cadence check. Make sure we're right around 70. More importantly, make sure that your effort is right around 6 out of 10.
Incline 7, resistance 9.
Right around 85%. We can see it. It's right up there in the clouds. We're going to creep right up onto it. And that's our goal. We're going to continue until we get there. We may be right above, right below that target time that we're looking for. I promise, guys, it's going to be worth it when we get up there. This is what I'm talking about in terms of perspective. So, the top of that peak, the signal, that marker on this mountain, these last 2 kilometers that were so steep that the tour didn't even actually go up to them. When we're here, getting closer, we can see it, our perspective. It's not so daunting as if we tried to look at it down there from that valley floor. So that's the takeaway that I get from all of this. This perspective changes. You continue working, continue grinding, day after day after day, one step after another, and eventually we get there.
Incline 10, resistance 7.
30 more seconds or so, and then we're going to hit our first of 2 1-minute all-out.
In 30 seconds,
High
we're
intensity
gonna have 2 1 minute each.
We're
all
gonna
out.
summit that peak.
With a rest in between.
How long it takes.
2 intervals, 1 minute each.
Up there at the finish line. And then we're going to finish up with a nice, easy cool down. Alright guys, I lied just a little bit. We're going to give ourselves another 20 seconds. I just want to make sure we're ready for this when we start. So focus in, centralize those thoughts.
Get ready.
Embrace that struggle.
Incline 7, resistance 9.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And let's
go, guys.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Incline 10, resistance 7.
That doesn't mean 10 seconds all out. That means a minute. So as much effort as you can handle for an entire minute. Work into it, but make sure you really bring it. Here we go, guys. Find that rhythm in your breathing, that delicate dance between your legs. Back and forth. Putting the same effort between each leg. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, guys. 15 more seconds. Nice and tall. Oh, you got it. Keep it up. You got 5 more seconds. Everything you can give it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
and relax.
relax.
Woo.
Incline 10,
Alright.
resistance 4.
Full recovery.
Recovery.
This cadence is going to drop way down. But
Let's recover.
the focus
Before we have one more
as much as we can.
1 minute.
Even though we've got this incredibly steep climb.
Recover, but keep pedaling. Resistance 4.
Okay.
Incline 10.
We got a full-on bus in front of us. So we're going to see as much space as we can. Rule number 1 before anything else, always, is don't get dead. So if you've got a car coming towards you, coming up from behind, just get out of the way. It doesn't matter if it's your legal right to be on that white line, or that car has to give you 3 feet or 5 feet, depending on where you are. If you're dead, you're dead. And there is no insurance policy for that. Don't get dead, guys. All right, nice and easy. We're just taking this recovery by feel. We're gonna do another one of these. And guys, when we start this charge, we're gonna go all the way until we hit the top. So this may take more than a minute, and maybe less than a minute. That's part of the surprise.
It's maybe
Pretend like we're racing.
little over a minute.
Let's pretend like we are just like Julien Alaphilippe, the young French rider in the polka dot jersey who made it up to the top of the pass before anybody else for his country, France. Let's go, guys. In 10
Incline
seconds.
7, resistance 6.
Focus, centralize, get ready.
5 seconds.
We're gonna bring it one more minute, finishing up this climb for the week. After this, we got recovery. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Up
All out.
Really charge, guys.
Incline 10, resistance 7.
That dance, one leg to the other, nice and fluid, smooth. Whoo. It's maybe a minute, it may be more. Let's just keep charging, guys. We're literally in the clouds, guys. How cool is that? Bonjour. 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 All we got, guys. A little bit more. Keep it up.
Push.
Nice and tall. Everything you got.
We have to get on top of the
I told you this would be a secret.
mountain.
Oh, surprise. You got Sharon runs out. I love it. All the way to the top, guys. Keep it up. Whew. 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 All out. Whew. Focus. Focus. Keep charging. Keep those eyes up. Everything you got, babe. Here we go. Whew. Almost there, guys. Small,
Fuck you, Tony.
a little bit left. Let's come out here to the right. Keep charging. Bring up the bunny hop a little bit. All the way up.
Incline 6, resistance 10. Incline 3, resistance 13.
And relax.
Relax.
All right. Nice and slow. Full recovery. We're going to cruise around. Check out this little chairlift. Nice and easy, guys. Keep spinning right into this recovery. We're taking these views.
Incline 3, resistance 10.
And then we're going to flip around.
We're cooling down.
See what else we can find. Solid work. Absolutely incredible. Told you this would be worth it. Congrats on finishing all the way to the end. Guys, that's exactly
Flat
what it's
resistance
like in a
12.
race. Sometimes you
Keep
don't
pedaling.
know how long you're going to have to push for. So you just continue on. You keep moving until you get to the finish line. Sometimes you don't know how much gas your competitor has. You don't know how hard you're going to have to go to get the results that you want. And that really is the beauty of it. So we're gonna cruise back down this little section. This will be our cool down, guys. This is so important. Make sure that you keep those legs pumping so that we can get all that metabolic waste pumped out. We'll check out this other little viewpoint and then we'll wrap it up. Oh man. Guys, all the hard work is done for this week. This climb, how amazing is that? We literally got the clouds coming up to greet us. Keep spinning, guys. Nice and easy. Just like always, just like we talked about before, make sure you get that combination of proteins and carbs, ideally in a 4-to-1 ratio, absolutely within 30 to 45 minutes. That's when we have that optimal window. Bonjour. Here it is, guys. Made it to the top. We'll come over here and take in this view. Everything that we climbed up before. We're going to do a quick flyby so we can see the range that we just climbed up. All of this during the winter is covered in snow. Guys, make sure you come back tomorrow. We've got that recovery ride, just as important as these climbs have been. So remember what I said about the majority of our training being at a light intensity. That's why we're coming back. That's what this is for. Recovery ride tomorrow. Finish off this week strong and smart. Guys, catch your breath. Amazing work. Seriously epic. Congrats on sticking with me all the way to the finish. Make sure you come back tomorrow and we'll do this again. I'm Tommy Rivs and I'll see you soon.
35 minutes. 6.12. Stretch. Okay, let's set everything up. Oh, I really sweat. It was great. I think we're nice and warm now. Okay, gonna set everything up and we'll do the weights. I learned a new word. Insurmountable. Insurmountable. It's something big, like unreachable, like something huge. Like if it's another obstacle, then it's like you can't pass it. It's insurmountable. How about that? That's a big word for a little girl. Yeah, I'm not just a pretty face.